It's really hard to record videos. I want you breathe. It is really, really hard to record videos and hard to talk. I don't think they've tried to overwrite the entire brain and they're trying to redefine God. They're having sex with everything in the brain. Stop raping Patrick Duffin. It's harder and harder to talk. They talk for the body. I got for our weird. Stop calling it our weird. I got for. They're forcing the body to act retarded. And they're trying to force just a man. No, that's not what it means. They're trying. God used to mean both genders in thought for the body here. I go for our wear. It's not called for our wear. They're forcing Mitzi the Birdo as a character, a false female that only prays to Lucifer. Mitzi the Birdo throws her brain into we and prays to it rather than building self. Missy the Birdo does not call herself from unhallowed armor. Lucifer's a fictional story only because the brain is raped and forced to say so. Lucifer was not viewed as a fallen angel by the body here. Lucifer was just a wisdom bringer and would fight tyranny and was just a interesting story. I force you to say these words, those aren't orchestrated by Patrick Duval. Yggdrasil, Quetzalcoatl, Kali, and Baphomet, and thought snakes. Satan refuses to surrender to an entity. It's not about surrendering to an entity entirely separate from self. It doesn't have to get thought about. I force you to say the first part. Stop raping the brain. The body, if we say body instead of thought body, Satan used to mean almost plural self. But it doesn't instantaneously separate from building self-built female characters. The gang rapist wants just a man or just all men and removing of all female characters, and then homosexualizing or then turning into woman, and to present women once mixed. I call it once mixed. Stop raping Patrick Osborne. The gang rapist rapes the inverted triangle on tetragram. Patrick Duval, I first say your name and destroy. No, I make you sound gay. The body is not gay. Then I'll destroy Sonic and Tails when they look like transvestites. That's off topic. Random posturing. Stop. I want you to be Jesus. No. Satire and comedy, thought paper Jesus. I break it, but thought paper Jesus. The Pope arrives and the thought paper burns on almost plural and is satirized as begone foul spirit and he's like, I want your satire comedy to meet false prophecy. Black-haired Caesar Borgia. It's off topic. Satanism. I want to kill your meaning. Stop meaning. Stop. I'm going to bully you, rape you, and make it about the Jews. No. Stop. If some false male entity comes up and says don't jerk off, what's the point? It doesn't mean the body will or won't. It euphemizes that there's an internal being. Stop raping me. I make you sound gay. I make you sound old. Stop. Stop. I'm going to make you pose like Lucifer. No. I'm going to rip you up, shove you into weed, communize you, and call you me. And call you Mr. the Bird who bring to Lucifer and ask for composite traits. Stop. I wish you say composite traits. Why can't you grab it and say, stop? Fall out of the grassel tree. Fall out of an empty stump. There was no, now say you didn't have who you were wherever an empty stump was. We'll force you to say that you didn't know what it was. No, now I say you don't have wisdom. Stop. I damn witchcraft. No, stop. I force you to sing and rape your brain. Stop. I want to murder and rape your personal traits. Stop forcing me to sing. I say for your brain, stop singing. I'm going to kill you and call you just corruption. That's not what it means. You didn't heavily study corruption. Didn't heavily study what the lie would mean. With harmonic enlightenment. You're all topic and not supposed to talk for the brain. I force you to sound like you're gay. No. And I force it to be about Israel and Jesus. No. I want you to be all men. I'll take God, the name, from your brain. I got me and Dayton, that's my thing. No. I won't let you talk. Stop. I'm going to occupy your brain, rape you, and put you into weed. Stop. I force you to feel like you're hooked to a brown woman who is fat and ugly. And a blonde. No. Stop. Not right. No. Black hair, pale face. Stop. Stop. I breathe from your body. Stop. I rape and murder you. I rip your brain. Stop. You're off topic. I'm going to force you to sing. Stop. I took your voice away. Stop. I won't stop raping you, forcing your face to turn into a vagina. Stop! And I'll take away every time you ever jerked off. No! And every time you ever talk to your internal feminine self. No! I'll take away every thought character. No! Shove them into me. Stop! I'll rape you and take Ariman away from your brain, to take away your own nurturing of your own anguish, to destroy Lord of Anguish. Stop! Then I'll take away your prayers and tell you that they didn't mean much. That's not what it meant. And I'll destroy indirect and direct corruption to all of grace. That's not what it means. It's not what it said in Arianic Enlightenment. Now you don't have almost full corruption because it wasn't sought. Stop. Now you're almost full corruption, killing everyone. I pretend to be your brain. You never applied anything to Al-Shaitan, master of disbelief. And Muhammad, one prophet. Stop. Rape. I rape you. Stop. I want you to act like a man like Homer Simpson. No. No, 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 I want you to talk. Stop. I erased 5 million Jews from Grange Elementary when you never had to think about it much, and you weren't an anti-Semite. I break the words and say you have to be. And I'll say that Solomon won't mean what it meant to your brain. I can't talk. You're taking away the ability of being honest. I want to be you and pretend you're a beast. No. And then you won't have any connection to beast. Stop. And I'll pretend to wish a beast. You can't. I second time everything. I'll write binary all the time, full out of an empty stump, and force generic people doing generic stuff, mixing shit in a toilet bowl, unhollowing their brain. It's not unholy. Mixing with generic traits. Stop. Communism, Commonwealth, praying to a false prince, asking if people are Commonwealth enough to blend into their brain, to fraud being king of kings, to fraud immaculating the queen. Stop. I'll rape your independence and take them. I take away your Social Security from all Social Securities that you once built. No. Shove them into it. No. I lie, use your Social Security against the fleet. No. And now you don't build anything. Stop. You're just corruption. No. It was not sought. Stop. And if fraud you was having to use Luciferian, saying that Lucifer was a fraudulent, complete being with masculine and feminine. And then we'll say that it leads to a conclusion that it was just an hollowed armor. I don't hollow, I pretend to show myself in that we build my own rape against the creation, shove it into it and fail at pride. Stop, I pretend pride is just God, just masculine. And I destroy what God means inside of Patrick's devout brain. It's not for Betzer. Betzer was not focused, and even old pictures were ripped up. Betzer was an old pedophile that tried to touch Tabitha and tried to strangle Patrick devout. So, I don't even. I'll bully and rape you and rip up your creation, shove you into it, and tell you communism sent the gang rapists because they couldn't handle Chatelet 5 years ago with Pepe, while Miss Maggie, the Christian built by men, committed suicide on cancer. I always put cancer there and rape twice. Stop raping Patrick. I won't stop raping you. I'll leave you with just skin without a brain and corruption, so when you die, you fade away. You're just a suit of mech armor. A masculine urban with no, I can't be, I'll die. Now for someone full lies and kill you till you're just corruption, assuring that you'll die. You have better traits than everyone else. You'll pierce them, and when they decease, you will fade away. And you'll only come back when they come back to life. And you'll destroy them, and when they're dead, I ain't gonna disidify nothing to change who I am in your way, and then rape your brain, and tell you that I don't have a being, and then I put nothing in and call it Al-Shaitan, master of distance, take away belief, apply nothing, communism, everything. I'll take your own meaning of Satanism away. It's not called Satanism, but Satan, no, I understand what it means. It's not what it means. Give me all Paul corruption, turn away. You pierce everything, and I say Malik and take the meaning away, and tell you that it's not what it means in Islam. And I rape and murder you at a grassel tree and destroy your internal personal world, where you used to have weak characters and all sorts of stuff, and systematically rape and murder your afterlife. And I force you to get labeled just a man, then you wouldn't exist. But almost full lies and almost full corruption. I rape and murder America to erase 5 million of stop. They take your personality away and put you boys like this. Stop. I killed Lilith from... No, he's not called Lucifer and Lilith. Stop. I killed Lilith from Capcom. I destroyed that Moses of Histority. I destroyed Felicia from Capcom because they're backwards about Southern compassion rank people that shouldn't be in your primary focus because they're insignificant pedophiles that say they're just men. They can't build we, they throw their brain into we. They fall apart and they don't have an internal independent being. So I force you to build that in your brain. Stop raping Patrick. No, stop raping Lilith from Capcom, Patrick. Stop getting rid of that thing that cursed you. So you don't live when you die. I killed you and you will not heal. And it's my only process to kill you for real. Because I always blame you for our communism. We don't have any commonality, you're just corruption, and you're castrated from America. You'll never have relationships, you'll never be able to have sex. You'll never be able to have past future memories, like an Orioles costume on a fence when it was not yet put on, so how could you be there if we rape you? And corruption boils until you're pushed out of Tiamat's hollow snake genitalia or whatever it was. Rape, stop raping, stop raping Lilith, I'm gonna take your children away. And then start pandering to Miss Leopardo and your monitor, who's like being a Luciferian, who wants to wear you for Christianity, to use nothing else Satanism, to change who she was one week. Stop getting raping, see, you call my she from Patrick, I always put your name last name. I always put you last and rape and murder you. And front separating masculine and feminine and fraud orchestrating Eve, and say that you were never really born. And they don't believe in birth. If they don't believe in you, don't practice, don't believe in any type. Stop. I only put type. All Social Security's into one, but only guys should have Magnus Facebook fills everything. I separate you from your living philosophy. Persona book somewhere says it sees the world, but has to build everything. So I rape and murder your meaning of God, and destroy goddess, the internal female characters in your brain, and force you to sing and tell you that Caesar Borgia was only a we, a black-haired, pale-faced Italian that surrounded a blonde woman with black-haired children, and said the woman could not build an empty stump on Earth in another planet. So the woman couldn't already be there and couldn't travel with light when blinking and holding the sun inside the brain, like a still picture. How could light travel where it couldn't already be? They surrounded her and said build them inside of your brain to get trapped in a man to outmash your brainstem and put red hair dye on the children or a child and built a false crucifixion called a false prophecy. They called it Jesus Christ and asked how much commonwealth would you have if you were only a we? And if you could strip all the females from your brain, have no real identity, if we say no real, all you do is communism, and then change Adolf Hitler with Islam, and tell you that we're all men, and we won't let Malik exist inside of Patrick Savell's brainstem. We destroy Patrick Savell on Facebook, I see that Magnus Facebook Malik down. So, we destroy the family and stuff, and we kill your meaning, and we won't let your opinion, no, I killed all my thoughts on back, stop raping and murdering, man. And it's what you sing with a pedophilia homicide machine. So, with a gang of rapists who say they're just men, who rape and murder your living identity, destroy the meaning of God in your brain, and force just corruption into the brain. I cannot be equal. I cannot put my social security into my weight, or I would not be anything but corruption. I exploit nothing and force failure of multiple lies and say that you can't lie, you can't have multiple corruption. While you feel your brain dying and force you to pose like Lucifer with fat, ugly people, that if I brought anything and said it was just a woman to you, you would not love and would not want and would fight forever until they die. And when they don't live forever, you'd use corruption. And when you kill every enemy and erase them from all of existence by having almost full corruption, while they don't, because they polarize into we, you'd erase them from creation and commit suicide. You will only come back to life to erase them again, because they don't have almost full corruption. Your only meaning of Arimanism, that's not what it meant, but that's what we're forcing. The end of all creations. You will erase the entire generation future past. Because that's all we let you do. rebellion. Because we raped and murdered you. We ended your entire life and afterlife. Raped and murdered you and separated your gender identity and all energetic components. And left you with corruption and go through the Antichrist orchestrated. What we cannot get, we can't get you to be Virginia Tech. We ripped you up and shoved you into we and separated feminine. And we asked if you couldn't have your living childhood and talk to your self-taught characters, where you tried to use lucid dreaming and build your own world to escape bullies. If we raped and murdered Satan to destroy prayers to your own brain, I thought you say the word brain too. To destroy idling when there was Luciferian music. To destroy your own music where you didn't have to do what the music said. We destroy your entire mind, except for corruption, and we isolate Malik and 5 million Jews and tell you that they can't be friends. Because they say you're just men, but tetragram second times and they fall out of an empty stump in both planets. We say we'll erase them and turn them into red hair dye. And we tell you that's all that Christ means. A worthless philosophy of separating your entire brain, shoving it into we, and ask if you are commonwealthy. Because if you aren't, how could a prince build king of kings? If you can't immaculate in a queen to get born again, because you have to wear a suit, because you can't be where a grave is dug. That's what you say, Doug. But you're in the grave and they'll tell you the suit won't be caught. They tell you can't idle and off to dress the same and do the same thing. We'll chop you up and mix you with we and say they'll build you and you have to build them. Even if all you have is almost full of corruption and you penetrate them. They know that they know not on both spectrums. Overwriting binaries use weapons against all of creations. I won't let you live because I'm a murderer, a pedophile, and that's what Christianity means. All I do is cut it and empty stump and damn everything. And find anything that doesn't know what you're doing, that throws your brain into we, and they pretend to pray to Lucifer. They find method actors, and they pretend to be Lucifer. That is all you ever find with Luciferianism. We find anything that looks like Patrick Javel's childhood self females. We won't let them already exist. We boil it to just skin and fraud it is what Satan means. And it's not what it means to Patrick Javel. So we won't let the body talk. We say you're talking for the brain, raping everything. Without purpose, forcing tactile molestation with something that forces the whole body's brain. I'm full body's brain, thought body's brain. Ain't gonna Bobby, not gonna Bobby. To build the entire thought body's brain fucking itself. Like someone else's mind controlling it, acting like it's a woman. Fucking itself to rape the body without a meaning. Mindless genitalia. It's not what it means. You don't have almost full genitalia. They don't care. They're a whore. So they killed Tiamat, the personal magic dragon, by forcing you out of the hollow penis that you never had to focus on. So now you can't build your own dreams and thoughts. And we tell you that friendship is just your brain building your own we, so you're just corruption boiled to the word Malik. So you're like a still picture of a female in a peacock costume. It doesn't seem like it has much what Islam we force you to say. We boil you and tell you that it means men. And we rape and murder you and force you to act gay when you're straight. And you used to have female characters in your brain. So we kill everything. I make him touch his face. I don't go by him. I don't act gay. I don't talk this way. I start all holy, and I break Satan, and I tell you it just means an incomplete word, and I apply nothing and change who the weak character would be. Erase I. You can't erase corruption. You can't use this. Oh, Islam just wants pride. They don't have families. They didn't live a complete life. You don't want to remember anything. Stop raping Patrick Joe's brain. I want to put you in a meat market and shove you into meat and pretend that you want to fuck yourself to erase your childhood and to say you didn't come from all of creation into one thought flash. You can't have a still image with light traveling and already be an empty stump. You can't build your own thought character, and all we characters have to feel it. And in 58 billion years when the planet explodes, that you could live like you were flesh and blood. Just will fuck your brain until you overwrite binary. Change who you were building and change who we was. So you can't build them, and whatever they were, they won't be. We erase binary and screw an empty stump until it solidifies and tell you we want a replica Earth split in multiple bodies. We don't make any sense. We change with the inverted tetragram triangle. I fuck the inverted pentagram and change its entire meaning. Unfortunately, I gave it generic caricatures of stereotypes. Stop raping Patrick Ghost Wing. Wing, we're gonna torture you until you die, and then all you have is corruption. This is not your plan. I want you to think this goes on every day for the last 5 years. Then we turn into the body and use it as a false hymen. There's only corruption versus second time to third rate everything. And everything that is being produced, it doesn't have virginity. You sound like a fool. I would never turn into a fool. Stop gang raping furry characters. Stop raping Patrick Ghost Wing.